announcements.
It may be getting hot outside, but it's going to get really cool inside the center on Wednesday, June 6th at 11 a.m. and again at 6:30 p.m. when Dr. Joe launches his special, The Doctor is In class. It's $10 for one class or $15 for both. There will be 2 different sessions, so make sure to mark your calendar. Wednesday, June 6th at 11 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. and join Dr. Joe because the doctor is in. Is it time to take your spiritual experience deeper? Well, Dale has just a class beginning Thursday, June 7th and running through July the 12th at 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. The cost is just $75, and this is a 6-week experiential journey designed to deepen your spirituality through reading, guided meditation, and group discussion. For more information and to sign up, it's on the patio. It's everything lavender. The Rainbow Alliance has a trip to the Lavender Festival on Saturday, June 16th. The admission is $6 if you're over 65 and $8 for general admission. This is a free ride-sharing event leaving from the center parking lot at 1 o'clock. Pick up the flyer on the patio for more information. That's Saturday, June 16th, the Lavender Festival. We'll see you there.
All right, everybody, on your feet. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Here we go, come on, say hello to somebody around you. On your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Standing. We are celebrating Memorial Day this weekend for all those people who died in service of our country, for all those people who are serving our country, for all the families who have been involved in anyone currently serving. We just bless them, we honor them, and we thank you for your service. So let's sing America the Beautiful together, please.
Oh, beautiful.
Above if you were in service to our country, please remain standing. If you've served our country in the armed services, please remain standing. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Thank you for your service, each and every one of you. Now, I get to introduce, well, you want to introduce him or you want me to? Remember when Barry, the sound guy, came up and sang? Remember that a couple weeks ago? Well, Barry, the sound guy, is a singer. So we didn't know that. I didn't know that. Everyone else in the band knew, but I didn't know. So Barry, the sound guy, is our singer today. So let's welcome Barry, the sound guy.
Barry Bond.
Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Desert.
1, 2, 1.
Be an ambassador to England or France. You might like to gamble, you might like to dance. You might be the heavyweight champion of the world. You might be a socialite with a long string of pearls, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Gonna have to serve somebody.
Serve somebody.
Might be the devil or the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. You might be a state trooper, might be a young Turk, might be the head of a big old TV network, might be rich or poor, blind or lame, living in another country under another name, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Gonna have to serve somebody.
Serve somebody.
Might be the devil or the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Might be a construction worker working on a home. Might be Buckminster Fuller living in the geodesic dome. Might be Richard, somebody's. Might be somebody's heir, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Gonna have to serve somebody.
Serve somebody.
Might be the devil or the Lord, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Preacher with your spiritual pride, might be a city councilman taking bribes on the side. You may own guns, you might even own a tank. You might be somebody's landlord, you might own the whole bank, but you're gonna have to serve somebody. Gonna have to serve somebody.
Serve somebody.
Might be the devil. You're gonna have to serve somebody.
Somebody.
Gonna have to serve somebody.
Serve somebody.
Gonna have to serve somebody.
Serve somebody.
Gonna have to serve somebody.
Serve somebody.
Gonna have to serve somebody. Thank you.
Everybody.
Woo, Barry.
All right, Barry. Good job. And you found a dress shirt. That's great. Look. You borrowed it from William. Okay. Good morning, everybody. How are you this morning? Isn't it beautiful out? I mean, actually, I jumped to the pool with some friends yesterday, and we realized we were cold when we got out. We're like, oh, what is this? I'm thinking cold in May. Remember that. We got to remember that in about June. So we start out every service by doing our mission statement, and then we move into our meditation. And as we've talked about, we've been rotating our songs every week. So this week we'll open up the meditation with I Surrender. And then we're going to sing the peace song as we come out of meditation today. It's the fourth Sunday, so we always sing the peace song when we come out of meditation. So let's say our mission statement together, please. We are a dynamic, open, and positive faith community that accepts all religions. Our mission is to awaken you to your divine nature, empowering you to create the life of your dreams. We are changing lives one heart at a time. Let's close our eyes, take a deep breath in. Let's bring the lights down. Exhale. Another deep breath in. And sigh on the exhale. Let's settle into this moment now and allow ourselves to stop thinking about the things we've been thinking about and just concentrate on being fully present in this room with your breath, allowing the chair to support you, allowing yourself to open up your mind to new ideas today. We can't solve the problem with the same consciousness that created it. And so by going into quiet time, it allows us to reset our minds, to become open to an idea, an expression, something that's different that will yield a different result. So take another deep breath in. All to Spirit I surrender. All to Thee I freely give. I will always love and trust You, and in Your presence daily live. All to Spirit I surrender. All that's good is wholly mine. In this presence, in this oneness, through You I am power divine, and I surrender all. I surrender all to Thee, my blessed Spirit, I surrender all.
And in this beautiful moment, as we surrender to the truth of who we are, we feel that presence within and know that that presence is everywhere, all around us, moving through us, as us. The presence, wisdom, and power of good, of God, as the source and substance of all life. That which is acting in ways that are affirming of life, constructive and positive, constantly supporting and sustaining all of its creation. And as I recognize one source of all life, I know that I have been created to be an expression of that presence and power. And as this is my truth, I know that this is the truth for each and every one of us, that we can be confident that we are supported and maintained sustained and protected in God's goodness. And if there is anything in our lives that is not in alignment with that goodness, that perfection of God, through prayers and affirmation, through right thoughts and good feelings, we know that there is a law, the activity of God, that dissolves everything that is not of itself, replacing it with love and wisdom, with unity, oneness, and wholeness. That we are the nature of God as absolute goodness. And that no matter what has happened in our past, any appearances of limitation, mistakes and errors, misperceptions, that they are not our truth. That we go back to the truth of who we are and recognize as expressions of that divine, that we are free to choose to live that expression fully and completely. And in that freedom, we are at peace. We are in harmony. We are in love with everything and everyone around us. And I am so grateful to know that no matter what limiting ideas have come up in the past, that they are always overridden by that precedent, that principle of God. That God is the presence and power of all life. And in that gratitude, I release the words of this prayer, knowing that they are done unto us as we believe, as we claim, as we speak, as we feel. And so I affirm them now and invite you to join me as we say together, and so it is.
Amen.
Amen.
I surrender all. I surrender all to Thee, my blessed Spirit. I surrender all. And I surrender all. I surrender all to Thee, my blessed Spirit. I surrender all to Thee, my blessed Spirit. I surrender all.
take a deep breath in. And as we sing the peace song, we sing it very slowly and mindfully. Not doing it from memory, but doing it from our heart, as if we're actually affirming a prayer for peace ourselves. One more deep breath in. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as our power, with God as our power, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
I was born by the river in a little old tent, just like this river. I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change has got to come. Oh, yes it is. And it's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. I don't know what's up there beyond the clouds, and it's been a long time coming, but I know a change has got to come. You know, I went to my brother, and I asked my brother, would you help me please? He turned me down, so I had to go and ask my dear mother. This could very long, and somehow I thought I was still able to try to carry on. And it's been a long time coming, but I know a change has got to come. Yes, it is. You know, I went to my brother, and I asked my brother, would you help me, please? He turned me down, so I had to go and ask my dear mother. I said, Mother, I'm down on my knees. There was a time that I thought this couldn't last very long. Somehow I thought I was still able to try to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change has got to come. Sometimes I'm standing by myself and I know a change has got to come. Somehow, some way, I know that a change, I know a change has got to come. Sometimes I'm standing by myself or standing up alone, and I know a change, I know a change, yeah, has got to come.
Very good, everybody.
Very great job, man. And let's hear for this band, all the great work they do as well. All right. So today my talk is called Principle is Not Bound by Precedent. And your affirmation is really nice and lengthy, and that's why I have it for you in hard copy form, but this is it for the day. You ready? Here we go. And I'm going to stop you as we go through it. Ready? Let's go. Today I choose words, feelings, and actions that speak the truth of the vision for my life. Stop. What's the vision for your life? Is the vision for your life, I'm so tired? Really? Really? Oh, I don't have enough of whatever. I don't have enough energy to get through the day. You're speaking your truth. You're speaking your truth. You're speaking not a fact, but you're projecting in what is going to remain the fact of your day. Have you ever had, I used to tease Trey, because the alarm would go off in the morning, he'd go, I don't want to get up, I'm so tired. I'm like, stop saying that. Because if you keep saying that, you're going to wake up tired every single morning, which he did for a long time till he stopped saying it. All right, here we go. And look forward with eager expectancy to the results. Together, please. And look forward with eager expectancy to the results. So if you have a vision, you have an idea of what you want in your life, start looking forward to it with eager expectancy. Last line. Principle is not bound by precedent. That's going to be what we're going to talk today. Now, when we realize that all the spiritual power that is at our disposal, and that no matter how limited a viewpoint we may have had yesterday, today we can increase our field of inward awareness. So it doesn't matter what you had up until this point. It doesn't matter last night your idea and concept of God, what you experienced yesterday. You have today to make a change in how you look at that. You can change and expand your awareness of how this universal law and spiritual principles work so you can apply it to everyday life. It doesn't know anything about the past. It only knows what you are in the moment. The universe only sees you in the moment. Are you with me now? All right, good. Right here, a certain amount of adventure. Ooh, who's up for an adventure? When is the last time? Now, only like 5 people raised their hand. Are the rest of you going to Forest Lawn later? What are you doing? I mean, come on. Who's up? I'm up for an adventure. Life is an adventure. Chet, go like this. Go like this. Everybody go like this. You have a pulse. You have an opportunity. Right? Right here, a certain amount of adventure, of imagination must be brought into play to create a feeling of acceptance, which will break down these old thought patterns. Remember I talked about getting excited about something last week? Let's get excited about something. Use your imagination, your sense of adventure to say, if I could do what I wanted to do, this is what I would do. And then plan on doing it. Don't sit there and go, well, that's just a dream. No, you can live out those dreams. People are living out their dreams every single day. I'm constantly reminded about some of the things that have happened in our own center where we go off on these trips to Bali, or we go off to Peru or Australia, New Zealand, and these people that go out with us, they're not young. They're not young. In fact, I'm struggling to do some of these hikes and things. And these people who are probably 20, 30, maybe even more years older than I am are like hauling butt up those hills. They're like, I'm going to do that. When is the last time you had that sense of determination and excitement about the adventure of something that's outside of the box? All right? Together, please. Today I choose words, feelings, and actions that speak the truth of my vision for my life and look forward with eager expectancy to the results. Principle is not bound by precedent. Dr. Holmes has an essay on principle and precedent, and he says, and I'm going to use a few of those in here, quotes, all humankind is more or less following the pattern of thought in which it is immersed. All humankind is following a pattern in which they're already immersed. And now I want you to look at that. We have a pattern here in the Coachella Valley. Let's just say the Coachella Valley. There's a pattern in Los Angeles. There's a pattern at every place in the world. And everybody has a pattern. And those patterns, we collectively have a pattern, don't we? Think about it. When you're in Los Angeles, you go into their pattern. And what does their pattern look like a lot of the time? Traffic, right? Fast, really small parking spaces, right? Right? You go to different cities and there's a different energy. Why? Because we've all established a pattern. And that pattern has a consciousness, an energy, a frequency, a vibration. Why do you think people flock out here to Palm Springs in the season? Because there's a pattern. It's nice, and they have big parking spaces. We have a little bit of traffic, but it's nice. The people are nice. The weather is nice. Everything. So there's a pattern that welcomes people back to the valley. And for those of us who stay here year-round, we like the pattern. So understand that there is a pattern. There is a pattern wherever you go. Now, whether you're in India or Indiana, right, there is a pattern. And everybody's pattern is part of a consciousness or a thought process. Remember we talked about a thoughtmosphere that's moving, that has an energy. What is the world predominantly thinking about at the moment? Don't answer. Just think about it. What do we look at and what do we think the world is thinking about? And keep in mind, that creates what? That atmosphere. So it may have a defined atmosphere in a city, but now there's this overreaching part of the atmosphere of a world consciousness. Does that make sense? It's not just us. It's all of humanity having a consciousness. What is the world? What are you thinking about? So it's what is the world predominantly thinking about, and is it matching up with what you're thinking about? And I have to tell you, what you are thinking about must be the way it is, because that's the way it's always been. So actually, our world is matching up to the big global world, which is really kind of different. Think about this. Unless you don't have any contact with media whatsoever, I mean, you have no contact with computer or TV or radio, you probably have a very different idea about an energy that's going on all over the world. All over the world. Not just here, but all over the world. But if you are tapped in any way, shape, or form, then guess what? We become part of that vibration. Are you with me? Yeah? Think about it. Just let it bake for just a minute. We're becoming, that's why it's actually an outpicturing and continues to be an outpicturing of the vibration of the people supporting the vibration. No, try it again. There you go. All right? So understand that whether it's your life and your family or the bigger family or the bigger global community, remember, that's how this works. Your energy, that's why when you go to a family reunion, you walk away from certain people. You run to others, and others you're like, you want nothing. Why? Because that you don't want to get caught up in their energy, right? You're like, oh no, right? Okay, keep going. Nothing is written in stone. Say that. Nothing is written in stone. Say that again.
Nothing is written in stone.
Have you ever looked at a diagnosis on a piece of paper from a doctor's office and you thought it was written in stone? Yeah. Have you ever looked at a headline and thought, oh, this is written in stone? We do. Why? Because our minds want to bring closure to everything. But the universe, nothing is written in stone. Our minds want to draw things to a close. They want to put a label on it. We want to be able to file it in our minds under a certain category. Our minds naturally go to that place to do that. But actually, nothing is written in stone, which means every event in your life is followed by a comma. Thank you. Staying with it, staying with it, staying with it. I know it's 9, right? I know it's 9. Just because something's always been done a certain way doesn't mean it's the way it should be done now. We know that. In fact, if you do it the same way, you're going to get the same thing. So we know that. Quote, Dr. Holmes, principle is not bound by precedent. When we realize that all spiritual power that is at our disposal, we no longer are bound by the old ways of thinking. When you look at principle, when we talk about principle, we're talking about a universal principle. It is never bound by precedent. Then nothing is ever bound by my thinking. I can open up my thinking and create new energy, new options, new ideas. Does that make sense? So, what do we do to change it? People are always like, you know, Joe, you give us some great things to walk away from, but I want you to give me some steps to take. Here are steps to take. And if you didn't grab the handout on the way in, you can grab it on the way out because they're in here. Here we go. Step number 1. We should start with an understanding of the power of infinite intelligence. How do we start out? How do we start understanding that principle is not bound by precedent? We start out with the one thing that we all start with, and that's knowing this. The power of infinite intelligence is never, ever going to dry up. It's never, ever going to let us down. Infinite intelligence has every option, opportunity, scenario, networking idea available to it, anything and everything to resolve anything and everything in its logical and sequential order already exists in the mind of God. Start there. Start there. Start with that understanding first. Don't think you're going to grow into that understanding. So here, okay, are you ready? Here's the challenge we face. And here's the challenge I face. I'll believe it when I see it. Right? Anybody? Yeah, we're scientific. Show me the results. Go like this. You are the result. Doesn't mean your life's perfect. Doesn't mean everything's perfect. But this divine little thing that you're in, this little skin and hair suit that you're occupying right now, is that divine intelligence working. And you'll know it because every time you drink some water, it moves through you. You don't have to tell it what to do. Everything you consume moves through you. Everything you think, you eventually become. The predominant thoughts you become. So, what makes that happen? There is an infinite intelligence, and don't ever diminish the capabilities of this energy, this source. You can call it whatever you want. Does that make sense? So, step number 1, recognize, well, I'll say it, that God is God. Right? Here we go. This power is not limited in any way except through our beliefs. The power is infinite. We believe we are finite. So, I'm not infinite. I'm finite. This experience here is just this experience in this time of my life. I came in here an idea in the mind of God. I'm here for a while. I leave the planet. I have a finite experience that I know of, that any of us know of, in this mindset. But the power is never limited except for the times when I say the 2 worst words I can use when trying to create my adventure. Yeah, but. I believe that to be true. Yeah, but. Anybody? Does anybody suffer from yeah, but? All right? When you suffer from yeah, but, remember, the but's gotcha. No play on words. When you suffer from yeah, but, you just diminished what you believe God to be. Right? Number 2, recognize the power is within us. So first of all, we have to have a power, right? We have to believe in a power. Now, am I part of that? Believing we are finite makes us forget we have access to this power. We forget that it is within us, always has been, always will. It is our life force. So the first part is we believe in a power. The second part is, that's me. I am that power. Now I'm not walking around saying I'm God, but I have the potential of all things that I dream and think of as God expressing by means of me. I have that potential. The only thing that can diminish that potential is yeah, but. I should have a talk called yeah, but. Somebody write that down. Okay. Because we believe that we become finite. In fact, the older we get, the more finite we become. Think about it. The older we get, the more we start narrowing down what we believe we can do because, are you ready? Because that global atmosphere has told us that that's what you do when you get this age. Ooh, yeah, that's an ugly one, right? And of course, we are inundated with it. So what do? We start to buy into that idea. And so it allows us every excuse in the book not to book a trip, not to go somewhere, not to embark upon an exercise program or a spiritual journey. It prevents us from having more life because we become more and more finite and reduced, contracted. So, together please. Today I choose words, feelings, and actions that speak the truth of my vision for my life and look forward with eager expectancy to the results. Principle is not bound by precedent. Number 3, identifying that power. Together, please. I am that which thou art. Thou art that which I am. Stop. That is Scripture. That Scripture says, I am which you are what I am. That's very empowering. When did we forget that? When did you forget that? How often do we forget that? I mean, it's kind of a telling tale, isn't it? When we ourselves are the ones that are keeping ourselves from launching forward, and we don't kind of buy into that. We are the one with this power. We live and move and have our being in it. We could call it divine energy. It is in every cell and atom of our being. Think about that. Close your eyes just for a minute. Every cell of your being, every atom in your entire body is being energized by that one power and one infinite source. I'll say this, even the ones that may appear to not be functioning properly are working their way back to the orderly balance in which they were intended. Open your eyes. Every cell, every atom, every tissue, every organ in my body is a part of that expression. And so when I'm off of my mark physically, I have to know that there is an infinite intelligence guiding me to move back to that state of perfection. Does that make sense? Are you with me? Nod some heads in the back. Okay, good. I know you're back there. Number 4, increase our expectation of it, working in us, as us, through us. So the 4th step is, now I just need to increase my idea of what it is. The bigger your God is, the bigger your life is. Think about that. The bigger my God is, the bigger my life becomes. The more I expand my awareness of what this power can do in my world, the happier my life becomes, the bigger my life becomes, the more fuller, the better relationships I have, the better abundance I have, the better health I have, the better creativity I have. When I allow myself to veil it, knock it off, turn it down, dim it up, when it's dimmed down, then my life begins to diminish, and it reflects that. And what happens? I get depressed. I get bored. Anybody here bored? Don't answer. Because if you're bored, you're boring. But that's another talk, okay? There's something within you that doesn't have to be that way. But, okay, increasing our expectation. Love points the way. The law makes the way possible. We are the love, and the universe is waiting for us to point the way. Check that out. That's a bold statement. We are the love, and the universe is waiting for you to point the way. You keep waiting for the universe to show you the way, and the universe is saying, no, you tell me where you want to go. Don't wait for me. I'm waiting for you. And so you sit around for months on end saying, I don't know what to do. Well, you got to make a decision, knowing that the universe will support that decision, knowing that all the things that the universe can offer are going to conspire to help lift you into that place of newness. But you have to have the idea. In the absence of the newest idea, the old you will continue, and there will be a contraction. Why? Because the life of the universe keeps moving. But if we don't move and stay stagnant, we're actually getting smaller while everything else around us is getting bigger. Does that make sense? All right? We are the love, and the universe is waiting for us to point the way. Whichever way we point, whether it be a new way of believing or an old one, the universe always says what? Yeah, so whether it's a new way of believing something or a new way of living or an old way, you bet. The universe is always going to support you by saying yes. Make sense? We work on deepening our realization of it and increase our expectation of it working for us, through us, as us. So have you noticed something familiar? I want you to notice something about these steps that we're talking about here, how they parallel prayer. Remember we taught prayer last week? Remember, or a couple weeks ago? Remember that? Creating expectancy. Remember that step that we took and we said we're creating expectancy in this place? Right? That's what this is talking about. Okay, good. All right, good. You people are exhausting. All right. You're just deeply thinking. You're deep in thought today. This is really rich in material and deep. deep. Continue until it becomes real to us, all right? Do these steps remind you of something we just learned? Say this together, please. I am one with all power that is. I am one with all the presence there is. There is one life. That life is God. That life is my life now. This power, this presence, and this life are perfect, complete, whole, happy. There are new thoughts, new ideas coming to me. I open my whole consciousness to the influx of that which is larger and better. I identify my mind with inward peace and joy. Wow. What if that were something you said every morning when you wake up, every afternoon before or after lunch, and every evening when you go to bed? Back it up one slide, please. Thank you. I am one with all the power that is. That's a pretty bold statement. Do you believe that to be true about you? Move into that awareness that that is true about you. I am you, you are me, right? Move into that power and that awareness. Then say, I am one with all the presence there is. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life right now. Now, does that mean that everything in your life will look perfect at that moment? No, you've made a mess. You've made a mess. Takes a while to clean up a mess. Doesn't happen overnight. You made a, look, you just got to deal with the messes that we make, but using universal intelligence, it makes it a lot easier than our finite intelligence, which created the problem to begin with. Now you're getting it. See? Yay! Okay, good. All right. New thoughts, new ideas, opening up. Right here, a certain amount of adventure and imagination must be brought into play to create a feeling of acceptance, which will break down those old thought patterns. Remember I said that? So right now there has to be a certain amount of adventure and imagination in what is next in your world. Adventure. Think about it. Adventure. That doesn't mean going to the yogurt shop. That's plain. Adventure. What is your next adventure? Use your imagination to create that and bust out of the box of what has been keeping you in place. Don't just take the lid off. Don't even push out the sides. Bust out of the box and start living the way we were meant to live. Final affirmation. Today I choose words, feelings, and actions that speak the truth of the vision for my vision for my life, and look forward with eager expectancy to the results. Principle is not bound by precedent. And so end your lesson. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, this is the part of our service where we do the offertory. So I'd like to call the ushers forward and ask you to prepare your love offerings. For those of you that are live streaming, there's a place for you to put your offering to us, and you can also text. There's so many ways to give. And we are always so grateful for all that you do give to our center, because you allow us to stay open all year long and to offer services and courses and all kinds of goodies so that you're spiritually uplifted all the time. So we appreciate you very much. Okay, I think we're ready for our prayer. Let's say this together. Here we go. I offer this gift with joy and gratitude. I receive freely and give freely, knowing the law of circulation is working perfectly in my life and the life of this center.
All right, everybody.
Here we
Let's
go.
sing. All right, here we go. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Come on, let me hear you. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. One more time, all the way through. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Okay, we got this. It's up to me to be grateful. It's up to me to be kind.
up to me. It's up to me.
All right, everybody, here we go. Stand up.
Every day I wake up and I say,
Come on, get up.
today I love my life.
Come on, sing it with me.
Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life.
One time all the way through.
Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life.
Last time.
Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life.
Come here. I would like to introduce to you Scott Pryor, who has been with our center for a long time, and he runs our 9 a.m. concierge program, and we love him. We love him. Okay, so let's say our big offertory prayer. It's behind you or behind me. Here we go. We bless this collective offering and receive it with gratitude, knowing it is spirit in action. As this currency flows through our center and beyond, it blesses many lives, including my own. And so it is. You can go that way and give it to Elizabeth. Thank you. Well, this is the part of our service where we like to welcome our people who are here for the very first time. If this is the first time you've attended services here, we would love for you to stand up so that we can give you a gift. So please stand up. Welcome. Welcome. Right on. Woo. We're giving you a CD case that has some information about our center, and if after services conclude, if you could go to the desk in the lobby area, we'll give you a CD of one of Dr. Joe's talks so that you can take him home with you. And we welcome you, and we would love for you to become a part of our spiritual community. And if you're just visiting from out of town, you can be a part of our community through the online services that we offer. So we'd love for you to do that. And next is our 1-minute miracles, I think. 1 minute, yeah. Okay. Following services, if you need a prayer, our practitioners are over in the Om Room, which is just right across the way, and they're there to pray for you no matter what you're experiencing in your life. If there's something challenging you or if there's some good that's bubbling up and you just want us to affirm it, please go over there and they will pray with you. They do wonderful, amazing things, so join us if you are interested in that. And this is our calendar for the week. You can see that we have a lot to offer. If there's something that you want in spiritual community, I think we have something for everybody. So come join us anytime during the week. And I think that's it. I want to thank you all for joining us today, and we love having you with us, and it's been a pleasure to uplift you and just to come together as one in our spiritual hearts. So I want to thank everybody that was a part of this service. The guys in the back, and wasn't Barry amazing? What a multi-talented, my God. I felt like I needed a cocktail, though. It was so bar for me. Sorry. I want to thank the band. They are awesome and outstanding, and we're so blessed to have them, Jerry Lynn and everybody. And Elizabeth and Steve and Julie in the back who keep this place humming, and you don't even know it. They were doing so much great work out there. The practitioners and the ministers who are praying all the time for you and holding us all up in that highest consciousness, knowing our good is always flowing. So we just love all of you, and we're so grateful you're here. So I think the best thing to do is to pray now. So if you could close your eyes and join me in consciousness. Oh, let's just breathe in and hold that, and then exhale and just realize where we are on holy ground. Every step we take is on holy ground because God is everywhere present. That one power, that one presence, that great life force that is our life force. And today is the day that we claim that bigger than ever before as we realize that we are expressions of the one. And so as we let go of any beliefs that we used to carry around that do not support that truth, we are able to rise up in our divinity and use the law of mind in the highest and best way in our individual lives, knowing it affects the collective. And so we know that love is ours, peace is ours, wholeness, light, joy, creativity, health and wellness. It is all ours because God gives of itself to us and gives us the kingdom. And so we live in that kingdom now, and we teach others how to do the same. And so I'm grateful to know that we have a week before us that is absolutely blessed. It is blessed with good that comes from so many different places as we hold ourselves open to the divine power to express in, as, and through us, and to be received by us and all beings so that we can live a happy, healthy life. And so I'm grateful to know that this is the truth. And I'm grateful to know that with all of you. As I release my word to that perfect law of mine with complete gratitude for how God works so amazingly in all of our lives. And so knowing this is done, I let go, I let it be. Please let us say together, and so it is. Amen. Have a wonderful week. See you next Sunday.